Welcome to Soap. I'm unable to move. Disability issues. I'm here to pretty much make up a story. It can be used if you want. Now, mind you that this is just going to come out the top of my head. I've been telling the stories to my brother for years. One occurring one that I built a whole world, people in it, lore, everything to. I tell him the whole story about it. So, basically, I'll be telling a new one. There's a mosquito frozen in ice. It's eventually unmelted. You can see the crystalline ice, where the reflection of the sunlight glowing right through it. The partial unmelted part of the ice of a green tinted mosquito wing. The body is tinted a little bit of orange, but the head looks yellow. It's moving slowly, waking up from its deep slumber in the ice. In America, there's this person named, Roger McElroy, I guess, or Corduroy. Roger McElroy, we'll say it that way. Playing outside, getting rid of mosquitoes with a can of spray. He's not winning very good. The mosquitoes this time of the year seem to be bad during the spring. He's outside of his house in the backyard with a picket fence. Very tall picket fence. He has dogs. One corgi, one lab, and a German Shepherd. German Shepherds seem to be disciplined, and everything says. The lab seem to be well disciplined as well, and still listens, but kind of stubborn. And let's just say that the corgi is not so. It's disciplined, but it refuses to listen. As much as he tries to bring them in, he's running inside, getting away from the mosquitoes, swatting at them, trying to get them away. And let's just say the dogs, he's trying to get all of them in. Two of them were in. The lad, the German, they came in and nearly knocked him over. He nearly fell. And he's trying to get the corgi, but the corgi seems to be not wanting to. Must be a roach. Weird. I don't got roaches. Where do they come from? Those disgusting, disease-ridden insects. Get out of here. Anyway, sorry about that. And they can be just as dangerous as mosquitoes. There was a story at one point where a woman was spraying her house full of stuff she was buying off the internet, and she wound up getting bitten by one of the roaches, sent to the hospital. Whatever she was putting out, like borax, I think, and the roaches pretty much was eating it like candy. Bit the person, sent her straight to the hospital, and she had borax poisoning. It made her sick. She didn't have enough to kill her, but it was enough to actually put her in the hospital and cause a little health issues. But there's been some arsenic type deaths because of roaches, mosquitoes, even ants can do it. I'm not afraid of them. Not even afraid of spiders or snakes. I'm more concerned about the poisonous ones, so I try to stay away from them. He's just going to the house. He hears the phone call ring and he sits down and he's looking at the bills while on the phone talking to, let's see what we got. Ex-wife seemed to be like, let's deal with ex-wife. His ex-wife, and the papers he's looking at is the bills, and she's talking how she's trying to get the divorce papers. They ain't divorced yet. And this is already boring enough. We want to just skip to the part where the mosquito comes in. For those who probably wants to, I'm just going to do it. because I'm bored. So we skip to the future where he's in a car. He's going to the store. He's bored, stuck in traffic. Suddenly, he sees a black mass of mosquitoes. But you see one mosquito in front of the rest of them. He's quite bigger than the rest of them. The mosquito. And this ancient mosquito that's been around for centuries through the Black Plague and everything, he's full of so much disease. While the others are swarming around and following this one, they're kind of, because he's got a pheromone off of him that's mosquito. It's a female. Because if you don't know, female mosquitoes can bite. Males don't normally bite, just so you know. That's why it's a female. It's this female, and no, it doesn't have boobs. Just so you know. Hilarious, but no, let's not get into that. But as this female is going through and trying to get to these windows, but bouncing off, then some people's got the windows down and calling on the phone. Gets through this guy's window. The rest follow in. They go at a space. The males don't normally do anything but just swarm the head. Well, the females start biting. There's more females, I believe, than there are males in a swarm. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not a study of insects. I just lived in the woods all my life and just know about all kinds of animals. As they leave, this guy is starting to feel nauseous, sick, turns pale, starts throwing up all over the place. And he calls on the phone. He's like, I need ambulance. I need an assistance. I've been hit by some mosquitoes and I'm not feeling well. Just the town down the COVID, so they're thinking maybe it's malaria. So let's just go with that. Maybe it's malaria. Who knows? It could be influenza for all we know, but we're just going to go with malaria. Once they get there and they realize how sick he is and notice the symptoms are not typically malaria. He's able to walk, he's moved, he's not weak at all, but he is staggering around, trying to get to the, because he can't get to the old, you know, hold up of all the cars. So he gets all the cars and he's staggering down the road and all of a sudden he falls over. Dead. Complete dead. But not entirely decomposed yet, so most of the mosquitoes, they surround him, trying his cold dead corpse. And the one that is the biggest, the female, starts biting on it, like a lot of biting, injecting whatever's got into it. But the strange note is that it's using something stinger at the end of its tail, something mosquitoes don't have. I don't know if there's actually a dinosaur version of this. If there is, hold on, that's not great. We got 2 minutes before the story gets there, so I'm going to just wrap it up as fast as I can. Or just continue to 20 minutes, I guess. If my phone can hold it, I'm going to go 20 minutes. When they get there, they try to get him up, but they get swarmed by these mosquitoes. Well, this one is biting and trying to inject with all the toxins that's sticking still straight into the flesh, penetrating it, and then flies away into one of the paramedic, ambulance drivers, or black nurses, probably paramedic. I want to say nurses. So the ambulance drivers get hit, and the other was the assistant nurse that was on the way. During the assistant, he was alone. One of the nurses decided to come with him, just a friend who knows him quite well. So I doubt that would even happen, but let's just stick with it. And as they get hit by the mosquitoes, they start flying away. The body is a woman, my bad, the mosquito. Let's just say Mosquito X for sure. Mosquito X flies from the body straight to them and then flies to another car with the windows down. While people open the windows and trying to see what the commotion is, they spread. They started taking in different directions, going their own way and biting. This body all of a sudden explodes. Green smoke comes out of it, and it's just not what bodies normally do. So why it's smoking and sizzling on the concrete, and it gets in the air, and it's a pretty windy day, so it's kind of blowing. And as it's blowing through and around, man, it's kind of boring story. Either way, as the drivers are trying to get back to the vehicle, they start throwing up, and then start staggering as well. As soon as they get in the vehicle and they're trying to start it, the driver falls over dead. Cue for the mosquito Rex to get to and start stabbing and injecting whatever poison it has in it. As other people start getting out of the car, throwing up, it's like a plague of them. People coming out of the cars, throwing up, some of them getting out, just falling over dead. Bodies just exploding. Meanwhile, in the city, everything going normal. Nobody knows what's going on the freeway. Everything seems to be hunky-dory, apparently, to the cops. They're out there to the road that goes to the freeway. They don't hear the commotion. They just waiting for cars to come out of the city, speeding, talking, having a good time, talking about their life, and one's talking about how he arrested a guy for, arresting a guy for, not but not, how would I put it, not crystals, but Coke, Coca-Cola, put it that way. We were taking Coca-Cola and having a whole ring full of the stuff in his car and trying to get it to the freeway, to the airport. But he got caught before he got there. The airport would have caught him anyway, but who knows, he could have been smart enough to get by, but he wasn't smart enough to get by the cops, so he thought he would get by anyway. And they noticed that one of the cars was backing up all the way, like just a hero. No, in the story, heroes don't get plot armor. He was a hero. He got out of the car, telling the cops, get out of there. There was a mosquito horde killing people. Thinking this guy might be on that Coca-Cola that guy was talking about. Or maybe, something in the stomach, and now he is, woohoo! So, you're like, well, this guy must be on that stuff too. So, let's just arrest him. Pat him down. Let's pat him down, that dude's panicking. He's been bit. It's taken a while. As soon as they get him arrested, pat him down, check his car and everything, the dude falls over dead. They have no clue. They're looking as confused as can be. Looking at each other like, what just happened? Said, what did you do? And he's, I didn't do nothing. I was sitting there holding him, keeping him from doing anything. And he was just freaking out over here and just fell over dead. Yes, must be that Coca-Cola. It must have went to his heart. Yeah, the Coca-Cola. I drank it before too. Not the stuff that I was talking about, but the drink, the caffeine. It can go to your heart. So, ironic. Strange. There's an infestation going on behind me. Where are they coming from? We don't have bugs of those sort. And their variety. This might be a beginning of an infestation. Or might have something to do with the that over there. Dogs bark at over there in the corner for no reason. They go nuts. Seem to be quiet now. Put some holy water out, so that should be fine. But it seems like they're maybe conjuring something. Who knows? It could be demonic conjuring bugs, or it could be bugs conjuring bugs. For all I know, what do you do? I experienced a lot of that before anyway. if you're getting bored with the story, I can tell you an interesting story. When I was a kid, my mother has told me a story of how she was the victim of demonic activity all her life since she was born. And when I was a kid, she used to see a hand reach out to try to grab me, and it was hard and clammy. She bit it, and it let. But before she bit it, she was like watching it, paralyzed in fear. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know where it was coming from. It was just coming up from beneath the covers from nowhere. And after 5 minutes of trying to gather herself, she bit it. Motherly instinct to protect her baby, she said, and she moved away. But she knew what it was since when she was a kid. Her sisters, one of her sisters was dragged into the bed. One was clawed to death. She would see pictures move, hear Indian drums. Well, when I was a kid and I didn't know about all this, I remember sitting in the room and I see something that looks like Mother. I was scared at the time. As normally kids are, I was scared of sleeping. And she said, it's fine, you can go to sleep. Well, about 30 minutes later, I see her come back and she's standing there. I see a reflection up of her glasses where she's sitting there staring with her arms crossed. And I was like, okay, calming. And just go to sleep. So I woke up the day and I told, I was like, you must have known that I was scared that night, Mom. And she goes, what? I said, that night when you was trying to, call me from going to sleep and told me to go to sleep, and I went to you came back 30 minutes. She goes, I didn't come back. I said, I saw you near the wash machine. Because I was nowhere near the wash machine. So that was a demon. And let me tell you a story so you know what's with our family. That our family has dealt with demons all our life. I dealt with it, my sisters, my mother has dealt with it. It come from the mother's side, apparently. And they had this curse put on them by some woman claiming to be witch doing witchcraft. One of my great grandmothers, I got a picture right up there. I don't know if you can see it with that. No, it's too dark. It's right up there. Great grandmother, my mother's grandmother's mother, was having a argue with one of the neighbors, and she claimed to be a witch. She made her mad. She says, "I'm gonna put a curse on you." And one day, the lady passed away after, the third day. She found it quite weird, but thought, she was really old, like 95 at least. So it was inevitable for her to die. And ever since, she's been experiencing demonic activity. And she saw things move. She heard voices. She heard footsteps running through the house. And I've experienced this stuff myself. That's why when I watch the scary movies and scary videos of people, I can actually tell if it's fake or not. Because the voices ain't audible enough to be heard by everybody. Most of the time, it's either quiet and it's only been to you. There's only a few times when I was pushed. I was attacked in the dark once. That's why I sleep with the lights on and keep my eyes open. I was taught not to be afraid of demons because they like that. So I try not to be afraid of them. It took me a long time not to be scared about these demons walking around. If I hear them, and if I hear them in the bathroom, which they're starting to act up again lately, so I'm going to have to get some holy water out. It works for a while. So, air conditioning. Okay. But sometimes you can hear them in the bathroom, you can hear them. I don't see them. Well, unless they're shadows. Only seeing the shadows of these demons twice. They can change shapes and sizes, basically. They can be tall, and keep you from going to the bathroom to make you pee yourself. So I went to bed a lot. 20 minutes. 25. We'll go a little longer. And I used to pee on bed a lot because of this, because I'd see this shadow. I'd hear low mumbling growling. And it would scare me to wet the bed a lot. So, and once I learned to not be afraid, it took a long time. Like, I was like 17 when I was starting to get used to it. But still, it can surprise and terrify you at times. They'll try different ways of terrifying you. I can hear voices sometimes that sounds like my mother, me, dad. You can be woken up by the sound of your own father yelling your name, your mother. There'll be nothing there. You know, you get scared, you just ignore it and act like it's not there. They hate that because they know you're not afraid, and they'll try different things. When things move, I ain't seen things fly at me yet. It hasn't been that severe. But I've had where my dad's been possessed, where his eyes go cold black trying to strangle my mother, to hearing voices that's not there from another room. Then there is the pitter-patter of feet running back and forth. When there's 4 of us in the family and we're all outside, and Dad says, "What's that noise?" That's when he was possessed. And he goes, "What was that noise?" Well, we try to tell you, the house is haunted. There's demons in the house. And he says, "Well, what do you do about it?" He goes, "You throw holy water out and they'll leave, but they'll come back." But they didn't leave because Dad was possessed. We actually had to get someone to come out and deal with it because it led to near deleting oneself. And I was like, that's not good. After he told us what he was trying to do. So we did that. And eventually everything started calming down. It was also around people that were well ended.